Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 11-Minute Mile. My name is Nicole,
And my name is Brittany.
and this is episode number 3. Today, we're going to talk about relationships, dating in the city, out of the city, what we went through, our own relationships, and then dating. So, Brittany, do you want to go ahead, take it away, kind of tell your story of when you moved to New York and what your situation was like?
Absolutely. So when I moved to New York City, I was single. I moved here with a good friend, and my sister was living here. So we kind of got to explore the city on our own terms. We had no interest, or I had no interest in actually dating other people. I was just trying to learn the city. And I feel like that takes almost like a year and a half to even understand the city. So when I finally was in the city for a year and a half, finally ready to like open up my arms to love. I was like, let me like try this dating thing out. And it's like terrifying at first. I mean, you didn't really have to experience it too much, but it was very dating. And I feel like this is also like right when Tinder came out, and who knows what was about. And I was a little bit more nervous just even to
Transitional
get
period, for sure.
yeah, to get on the app, like that was terrifying. But I ended up meeting someone in my workplace. We worked together. I work in fitness, so it was, I mean, everyone kind of dates when you're around people that are working out,
We
which
don't
makes sense.
recommend dating someone
No,
in the workplace. Brittany learned
I
her
would
lesson.
not recommend it. It just added a lot of drama. It added a lot of like stress, unnecessary stress. And it's nice to bring other ideas to a relationship. So when you're doing the exact same thing, sometimes it can be like kind of closed-minded almost to
For
a
sure.
sense. But so I dated him on and off for probably about 2 years, and I learned a lot from that relationship. It was not what I was expecting, and I think going into any relationship, you don't want to fail. That's just kind of like how I thought of it. So I was pushing and pushing, trying to like make it work, and sometimes it's just not meant to work, and that's okay. And then fast forward after we broke up for the 15th time, um, I
Truly.
truly like 15 times. But I met my now husband at a holiday Christmas party. Our friends kind of set us up. And from there, everything kind of really fell into place. And it was amazing. And it was kind of exactly what I needed at the right time. And of course, there were people that I went on dates with in between. And I always tried to give those people like 2 or 3 times because you never know what you could find in the city. It's everyone has such unique jobs, such unique schedules, such unique everything,
For
personalities
sure.
that being open-minded to those people, you can really meet and learn a lot of different people. So now, happily married, so happy I don't have to date like that anymore to find the person. But now we just get to go on our own dates all the time.
Which is so fun, but also I do think that your dating experience here in New York was also fun. Like, I'm sure you learned so much dating different people and learning what's out there, and I feel like you kinda need that, right?
Definitely. It's more comical now looking back on it. I think when you're in it, you're just kind of stressed, but I feel like afterwards, you're like, what was I thinking? Like that is a hilarious story, or you're like just wild, wild ride. But
Well, there's so much pressure too, I feel in the dating world. When all your friends are dating and starting to, settle down, I think that you tend to put a lot of pressure on yourself instead of just enjoying the experience and meeting all of these amazing people because there are great people out there to date, for sure.
absolutely.
I think my story, and sorry if anyone is hearing the barking in the background, but hopefully you're not. I think my story is definitely different from Brittany's in the sense that I've been dating my now husband since college. So we've been together for 11 and a half years. We moved to the city. I moved a month before he moved to New York to meet me. And he's totally not a city boy, but now he loves New York. But I do think that there's something to say that having a young relationship in a big city like this or having a young relationship in anywhere, suburbs, it's hard too. It's a lot of hard work when all your friends are going out and they're single and you have a different life. So I think, and then we definitely went through some transitional periods in our relationship. Like there was a point of time where I think that we were growing apart rather than together. And instead of focusing on our relationship, we were focusing on so many other things, which is also okay because we had to learn to become our own person. And at 24, when you're dating each other since college, I mean, it's hard. So there was definitely a point in time where we didn't think we were going to end up together, and it was hard and it was hard work. But obviously, now we're so happy and we continue to go on dates ourselves. Before COVID, it was the best thing that we chose to do. There's so many restaurants in New York, especially on the Upper East Side. And we said that we would choose one new restaurant a week to try. And that was like our date night. And I'm the type of person who always wants to be with my friends. I love my friends. And my mom always told me, put your girlfriends first because they will always be there for you. So I always make my friends a priority as well as my husband. But doing those date nights and making it a point and being excited to choose a different restaurant or a breakfast spot, a diner, who knows? It was always really fun. I don't know where I'm going with this story, but that I feel like is part of our takeaway, right?
Yeah, and I feel like also there comes a time when you're in your 30s and you're having kids that becomes so difficult to just like pick a date night and go. So like being able to use that time now and take advantage of that, that is so worth it.
Yeah, and, like, now we're getting to that point where soon we wanna start a family, and, like, that's such a fun and exciting thing, but also lots of pressure too. Changes the
Yeah,
dynamic of everything. Um, but that being said, we have 4 minutes to kinda talk about our takeaways. I think my one takeaway to put out there is just continue to date your significant other and keep it fresh, because I think that if you don't do that, it can feel a little flat. Like the relationship can just be super comfortable. So keep things spicy. Whatever date night looks like for you, continue to do that. Especially once you start trying for a family like Brittany. So exciting, gonna have a little baby soon. I
so
think it's especially
exciting.
important to do it then too, because your life is about to change.
Yeah, and it's that's such a shift and you have to keep something familiar. So even I've I mean, I did a book called 8 Dates and Dan and I love this book and it was so adamant about keeping your relationship such a priority because when you have kids, when you bring make your family larger, that needs to be the foundation. That's what they're looking at to see what is good guidance for a relationship. And
Yeah.
that's how you make better children, better offspring to make the world a better place later on. But yeah, so I think that's a huge, wonderful takeaway, Nicole. And I think my takeaway is kind of just being open to everyone and everything when you are dating because you never know if you will actually maybe that first date maybe they were nervous, maybe they were scared, maybe they were like a little jittery or maybe you weren't yourself. So giving those people like two or three extra times and as long as they're not like horrible people, like don't
For
write them
sure.
off because even with my husband now, like he just seems so textbook perfect and I was like there's no way this could be his real personality. And I feel like that was
You weren't for it at first.
no, it was
You're like, "I don't know if
intimidating
this is for me."
after you have like a past and you have all these other things going on, you like bring that on to your next relationship. So just being open-minded and it turns out like the textbook perfectness, I'm like, it's still pretty good. I mean, not perfect, but it's
It
it's
worked.
not
It worked.
it's, it's working. I'm like, I'm a big fan. I'm glad I stuck with it. It's
Yeah.
been a blessing in disguise, or not even in disguise, just been a full on blessing. But yeah,
And
so
there's
I feel
so
like
much out there that you can explore, like, something that one of my really good friends she's currently in the dating world right now. A few of our really good friends are, and I love that she is putting herself out there and she's going to there's, like, dating mixers, I guess, which is so
Mhm.
cool. I mean, you could bring another single friend, meet people, and if nothing happens from it, who knows? Maybe you made a new friend, met someone, you networked, you learned something different about, you know, a job or anything. I think that it's amazing to put yourself out there like that because you just never ever know. And there's so much opportunity. There's so many amazing people. And that's really it. 60
Yeah,
seconds, I think we're
if
pretty solid for
anything
it.
yeah, if anything, it's just like a funny story at the end of the day. It's just dating is dating is funny. Dating is weird,
For
but
sure.
you have to do it and you have to make it an effort to find that person. So
Yeah.
it's been fun.
Well, thank you guys for joining in episode 3, the 11-minute mile. Again, please follow us, listen. If there's any subjects, any topics that you guys want us to talk about, put it out there, comment, DM us, and we'll see you next time.
Can't wait to see you Mondays and Thursdays. We'll see you then.
See you later.
Bye.